Okay, I'm about to show you guys this video that just got uploaded a couple hours ago. It's titled, Too Many Vegans Getting Cancer. Now, of course, when we all went vegan, we were told by Dr. Greger, Dr. this, that, the whole list of doctors. I remember vegan blood is 4 times less hospitable to cancer cells. Being able to recite these, reading the papers, and using those things to give us faith that we were immune to cancer. That's the message that vegans put out for years. You're immune to heart attacks. You're immune to cancer. They were putting the fear of death into you. That if you don't go vegan, that you're going to be putting yourself at risk for these sicknesses. But going vegan, you can escape the risk. So let's watch what happens. And I'm only going to show you guys a clip out of this because this man put this video together. I don't want to take the whole thing. But let's skip to 2 minutes and 19 seconds. And it's going to show you guys a great example of something you already know, how vegans act.
Titled, Yes, I Have Breast Cancer, and here's what Dr. Fuhrman has to say about your risk of some cancers using his doctor. Right. Of course, there's no guarantees. Things can happen, but generally we know this is true and has been shown in a lot of research. Dr. Joel Fuhrman has said you can basically zero your risk of some cancers using his diet.
Okay. Heart attacks, strokes, dementia, and most cancers, most common cancers, like breast cancer, colon cancer, prostate cancer, are completely avoidable.
Completely.
Dr. Fuhrman says breast cancer is completely avoidable.
We all heard it. We've been saying this for the longest time. You guys are setting people up for failure. And unfortunately, this day is coming, and I think it's going to get worse. I think at some point, people are going to realize that the average vegan is going to consume more processed foods on a vegan diet as a population than they did as a standard American diet. And I think the standard American diet, people consume about 60% processed food. I believe when it comes to the vegans, this is just my assumption, my guess, it's going to go up to 85% easily. And we're going to have more problems. Okay, so let me grab
following his diet program. Well, let's take a look at one of Dr. Fuhrman's biggest fans and followers, a woman named Sherry, someone who is not just a longtime follower, but she actually teaches Dr. Fuhrman's diet to others. She's made over 700 YouTube videos. Most are teaching the nutritarian diet.
So he doesn't get any more clear than that. This is a girl who's following Dr. whoever his name is, his diet. She's an advocate of it. She's teaching it. She's living in it. She believes in it. Now let's see what happens. And not only let's see what happens, but let's see his reaction to what happens, which is the part that hit me the most. So she ends up getting breast cancer, unfortunately. Now let's skip to 3 minutes and 6 seconds. We're almost there.
Then about a year ago, Sherry posted this video titled, Yes, I Have Breast Cancer, and here's what Dr. Fuhrman has to say about it.
So if you've read the title of this video, heavy topic, huh? I have breast cancer. I haven't been talking about it publicly at all. I wanted to sort of go through most of the treatment privately.
I'll put a link in the description.
Yo, I guess he has a link in the description of the full video. So now this is the part where I get disgusted. 4 minutes and 50 seconds.
And that's why I advocate when people consider my advice to be so radical or perfectionism. I want people to have a body weight with a BMI below 21. I want them to eat all such a healthy diet and not have any sweets, oils, fried foods, junk foods. I want them to do everything right. Is because I'm cognizant of the fact that they live so unhealthily the first half of their life. And I know that moderate nutritional improvements are not sufficient to undo that early life damage in all cases. It can undo some of the early life damage and reduce risk. I'm not saying there's not any benefit to making those moderate changes, but if we really want to see a predictable and dependable prevention of breast cancer, we need people to do excellent nutrition, not just dabble in this and not go on and off it and not do that and keep overweight. So I'm not, I'm sorry, I'm not placing any blame on you because a lot of it has to do with something to do with what your mother's diet was during your pregnancy and what she ate before she got pregnant affects her daughter's risk of breast cancer. And the fact you're getting it earlier in life shows the causes were earlier. Later in life, later causes, earlier in life. We have kids with childhood cancers. It's not what they ate in the first 4 years of living. It's what their parents, what their mother ate. Even before she got pregnant affects your risk. So this is so much of an unknown here. And the risks, the damage to the DNA that could have resulted in cancer now could have occurred very early. And the only learning experience here is that, well, is there anything you could have done? Well, what's the point if you don't want to berate you with things you did wrong, but for other people to learn from it? Maybe you didn't jump into this program with both feet. Maybe you still dabbled with a foot in both worlds. And maybe
That's wrong. So they say, never meet your heroes or something to that effect. Imagine that you followed somebody and you believed in them, you put your faith in them, and they had you in a position to where you believe that if you followed them. Anyway, she met the man after she has cancer, and this is his response that he gives to her: that you didn't do it right. You didn't do it right. Yeah, I know you were advocating, teaching, practicing, and doing your best, but your best still wasn't good enough. There was still more you could have done. So this is your fault. Bro, I don't get it. And this is this thing that annoys me about this, is because it's not just her, it's all of us. Every single person who says, look, something didn't, oh, you didn't do it right.
maybe your weight fluctuations, staying a little bit overweight, and not being careful enough on this early enough allowed this damage that occurred even in your childhood or in your infancy and childhood to manifest in cancer now. Whatever it is that at this point, it may be an encouragement for somebody else to really take charge of their health and do the best they can. And the fact that even you at this point of having a early life breast cancer, but it's not an aggressive breast cancer. Right. It's relatively slower growing breast cancer. And
she's in tears. I mean, who knows why she's crying exactly, but at some point I think all of us are gonna know somebody who's going through this stuff near and dear. And I don't think it's a joke. And the way that they talk to people about it, like, oh, you should have just been vegan. I'm not joking. That's really how vegans act. Oh, you should have been vegan. Oh, you had a heart attack. I've seen vegans laugh at people who had cancer because they weren't vegan. Oh, you had prostate cancer. Oh, that's funny because you weren't vegan. I've seen vegans laugh at people because they had a heart attack. And the first thing a vegan thinks is not, oh, I send my condolences. They think, oh, well, you should have been vegan. I've even seen vegans say that people deserve as karma for the injustice that they've caused to animals when they have a condition like cancer or heart attacks. As if vegans don't get cancer and heart attacks. It's crazy. And I think, hey, time will tell. And unfortunately, I don't think this is going to be the end of it. Like I said, vegans are eating more and more processed foods. And once they, as a population, get to the point where they're eating the majority of processed food, it'll speak for itself. They can have whatever studies they want to say, but we'll see, and we can already see what's happening to the vegan population. Most of whom can't even last through their 20s.